Welcome back. It is 9 a.m. Central African time, and we're seeing an increase in the road accidents, especially during the festive season in South Africa. And there has been about a 3.1% increase, as reported by the Transport Minister. Now, discussing how to drive safely when coming back from the festive season, from the holidays. Joining me this morning is Mr. Simon Zwane, who's the Chief Communication Officer. Mr. Simon, thank you for your time and welcome to Salam Media.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity.
All right, Mr. Sabin, if you can just quickly take us through the stats quickly in terms of from the 1st of December 2024 until the 31st, how many accidents have there been on the roads of South Africa, specifically taking lives and fatalities that have soared in that festive season?
Yeah, well, we're still putting together those stats. We are in communication with all police stations and getting the information, verifying it, and quality assuring it. We will release it once we've done with that process.
Right, no problem with that. We know that obviously this takes a while, especially with the time that we're still in the festive season. Now, in terms of most of the cases that you have dealt with so far, what has seemed to be the main cause of the fatal accidents that have taken place in the roads?
We've seen fatigue playing a role, especially when we look at public transport vehicles. There's also been excessive speeding and alcohol. And yeah, we'd also consider it's been a rainy season. So the slippery roads and the rainy conditions have also contributed.
No, that's all right.
Yeah.
Are we okay?
Yeah.
All right. So now you spoke about obviously in terms of the roads and the infrastructure, and obviously that goes a long way back, a while back. Now, in terms of dealing with the public transport, shouldn't there be a sense of a procedure of checking making sure that these public transport are actually in good condition, and so that they are able to carry passengers, especially now with schools having 1 week coming in terms of the schools being reopened, and we'll see the school children getting back to schools, and most of them who do use these public transports. And what has been done? Can you hear me?
Yes, no, there is a procedure. All public transport vehicles have a roadworthy certificate, so they have to be checked annually for roadworthiness. And the taxi associations also have a responsibility to check the vehicles before they leave from the taxi ranks.
Mm-hmm. And is there any sense of a penalty which will be laid upon these taxi associations if they do not comply with these procedures?
Now, the responsibility to keep a vehicle in a roadworthy state is that of the owner. Mm. So the owner gets the traffic fines and penalties for failing to keep the vehicles in a roadworthy state.
Mm. Interesting. Now, in terms of, as I'm checking here on the Arrival Life Twitter account, they're saying that the majority of the people that died during this festive season through accidents were actually pedestrians, about 45.6% of that. So obviously that's because normally when you speak of accidents, you only think of the people in the car. Now here we find that a person walking on the side of the road becomes a victim, and they are actually a bigger number of those people as opposed to those in the cars. Now, what are the tips now we can give for people who are using the side of the roads to walk or crossing the road, etc., in terms of being vigilant at this time?
Yeah, we're asking them not to use the roads when they are very busy, to cross the roads where it is safe to do so, where there are pedestrian bridges, and also to wear bright clothes when they find themselves compelled to walk on the roads at night. So that way they can be easily identified by drivers, but they also should resist using the roads when they have already taken alcohol.
And in terms of the drivers themselves, what tips can we actually share with them also?
Drivers, we ask them to reduce speed when traveling in build-up areas or areas with high pedestrian traffic. To also put on their lights so that they are visible even to pedestrians.
No, thank you very much, Mr. Simon Zwane, who's the Chief Communication Officer. In terms of now tips of being safe, especially coming back into the year, actually coming back from the festive season and having to come back facing the life of a normal day-to-day life going on from this. Mr. Simon Zwane, thank you very much for your time and really appreciate your outlook and the tips, and we hope that people do adhere to them as we go forth. Right, so that was Mr. Simon Zwane, the Chief Communication Officer. So after this, we'll be moving on, speaking to, looking at the commemoration of Joe Slovo. So let's take a quick break, and on that, we'll be joined by Hassan Logat in discussion.